How we doing, Kinesiology 1400? This is discussion 5, where I'm going to be doing the sit and reach test. This one's a really fun one, really easy to do at the gym or even in your own place. So to start off, make sure your client has completed the PAR-Q medical history, pharm med, lifestyle evaluations, and the written consent. Make sure they do understand what this test entails and they do consent and agree to be obviously participating in the test. This one's super easy. You can do it either with the equipment or not. There's a few different ways. So with quarantine and lockdowns and everything, this is one that you can do to assess in the comfort of your own home without actually having to have all the materials. So necessary materials are the sit and reach test box. If you cannot access that, you can actually use a ruler on a step. Or some sort of measuring, ruler, tape measure, whatever, and just make sure that is on the top of the step. Make sure you do have something that you can put your feet against. I always use stairs if you cannot access that sit and reach box. Directions, this is super easy. You're going to start off, obviously make sure you go through a standardized stretch. Make sure this is a consistent one done throughout every time. That way there is not swayed in the results. If someone's getting more stretching time, they're doing different stretches. Make sure it's the same stretch every time. That way you can really assess the results. At this point, we can see this. Obviously, you'd start off, take off all your shoes and make sure your feet are flat against the surface, toes pointing up. If you don't have a sit and reach box, you can place a ruler on the run of the stair. Make sure it's going to be running from where your feet end onto the duration, because that's where you will be measuring from. Where your feet end is going to be 0, and then anything past that surface is going to be resulting in your result. That's going to be the actual measurement that we can analyze your results from. Moving on, obviously you can put your feet against the wall, lean forward. Make sure it's not a, jolted movement. You want to ease into it and make sure, because yes, you're able to go farther with a jerking movement, but we're not measuring a jerking movement. We're measuring your flexibility, and you have to hold it for a period of time. Also, if you do the jerking, you're more likely to put yourself at risk for injuries or any other things. So you want to reach forward. Once you get to that max point, you're going to want to hold it for a few seconds. It's easier to have someone assisting you looking over. That way you're not having to stretch, get up and figure out where you were. You just get a more precise measurement that way. You can also place the ruler between your feet and have your legs holding it. That's a different method that I saw in my research for more of an at-home version if you do not have the material accessible. A few disadvantages and advantages. We'll start off with the advantages. This is going to be quick and easy to analyze your hamstring and your lower back flexibility. It's easiest to have a friend help you. If you have a hard time keeping your knees up, you can have someone, put pressure and make sure they're down. That way we're not swaying the results. Disadvantages, we can do different variations of this. So depending on the person, your clientele, and who you're administering this test to, you might need to change the location of your X depending on, length of arms, torso, legs, etc. Measuring the test is the range of motion in the lower joints and back. Disadvantages, it is harder to do yourself. And it's only going to tell you flexibility in regards to lower back and hamstring. It's not going to help assess any other flexibility. So this one is specialized or specified for only these two muscles. You can't use it for arms or quads because they're not being used in this. If you guys do have any questions, please reach out to me. You can comment in the links below, or we can carry on this discussion later on. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. My name's Colton, and I appreciate it.